friends, welcome to the second lecture on Buddhist Christian dialogue. I am Father Cyril Veliath, a Catholic priest and a Jesuit. Today I would like to speak to you about one of the most beautiful symbols of Buddhist Christian harmony, and that is MARIA KANNON. Who is MARIA KANNON? Before I answer this question, I would like you to take a look at the following picture. It's a picture I'm sure all of you will recognize immediately. The picture you just saw is that of the infant Jesus and his mother Mary, what we often refer to as the Virgin and Child. Now, I would like you to take a look at another picture, and I'm sure there are many among you who will be able to recognize this picture as well. So please take a look at the second picture. The picture you just saw is that of the goddess Kannon. Kannon is a Buddhist goddess. She is called Kuan Yin in China and Kannon in Japan. And she is a symbol of never-ending compassion and mercy. In India, we refer to her by the Sanskrit name Avalokiteshvara. Now, I would like you to take a look at yet another picture, and I would like you to guess who the person in this picture could be. Did you manage to guess? The person whom you saw in this picture is a combination of the Blessed Virgin Mary and the goddess Kannon, and in Japan we refer to her as MARIA KANNON. Who is MARIA KANNON and how did she appear in human history? Well, actually, there was a time in the past when, for various political and historical reasons, Christianity was outlawed in Japan, and the Christian people had to lead hidden lives in order to escape persecution by the Japanese government. In order to practice their religion in safety, these hidden Christians made statues of the goddess Kannon holding a little baby, and they worshipped these statues as those of Jesus and Mary. Today, of course, as we all know, things are very, very different. People have realized that the teachings of the Lord Buddha and those of our Lord Jesus Christ are basically the same. And so MARIA KANNON has today become a beautiful symbol of harmony between Buddhism and Christianity. Kannon is a goddess of mercy. Sometimes she takes a masculine form and sometimes a feminine form, but all this is done in order to bring happiness to the people. When we look at the Buddhist scriptures, we come across many beautiful stories of the goddess Kannon, and one of the most touching and most famous of these stories is that of the stolen robe. Let me now briefly explain the story to you. In ancient Japan, there was a wealthy woman who led a life of happiness and prosperity. But one day, like Job in the Holy Bible, she suddenly lost all her possessions and she was reduced to utter poverty. The poor woman, she begged the goddess Kannon to bring back her happiness, but nothing happened. Finally, out of despair, she went over to the temple and she decided to remain in the temple praying day and night. One night, as she was sleeping in the temple, the woman had a dream, and in the dream, a voice told her to steal the robe of a lady who was lying next to her. The woman hesitated but then finally she stole the robe and sneaked out of the temple. As she was running away from the temple wearing the robe, the woman happened to come upon a nobleman with a number of soldiers, and the nobleman said to her, "When I saw your robe, I was reminded of my dead wife. So please come to my palace and spend a few days with me as a guest." The woman agreed. She went along with the nobleman and stayed in his palace as a guest. And after several days, the nobleman said to her, "Tomorrow I have to go to the capital, Tokyo, along with my soldiers, and I would like you to accompany me. Do you have any relatives living in the capital?" The woman had no one in the capital, but she was terribly afraid. She had committed a crime in stealing the robe, and now in her fear, she committed a sin, another sin, by telling a lie. She said, "Yes, I have relatives in the capital." And with that, the whole company set off for the capital. When they reached the gates of the capital, the woman noticed a beautiful house with a lovely garden, and a very attractive lady was standing in the garden. The woman did not know who this lady was, but she was very, very frightened because of all the wrong that she had done. So she put her trust in the goddess Kannon, and on the spur of the moment, she ran into the house. She met the lady, and weeping bitterly, she told the lady everything that had happened to her. The lady listened to her very carefully without saying a word, and when her story was over, the lady did not get surprised and she did not get angry. She smiled and said to the woman, "I am the person who was sleeping next to you in the temple. The robe that you stole is my robe. I too am a person like you. I too am all alone in the world. When I lost my robe, I felt very sad. But now I am happy to have found a friend like you. I have this house and I have some money. I want you to stay with me and become my sister. I prayed to the goddess Kannon to send me a friend, to send me a companion, and in her compassion, she sent you to me." When the woman heard this, she was very, very happy. She accepted the offer of the lady, and the two of them stayed together in the house, praising the goddess Kannon day and night. Well, my friends, the story gives you a wonderful idea of how the goddess Kannon uses the sins of people in order to do good to others. Maria Kannon is a beautiful symbol of motherhood in Buddhism and Christianity, because the Blessed Virgin Mary, like the goddess Kannon, is a mother to all mankind, and both of them have a boundless love for mankind. Thank you very much.